Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the week one of 2020's weekly wrap up. Okay, as I said, this is week one, but if you know the calendar, you know that part of 2019 actually ends up in week one. So yes, there are like 3 days in which we're in 2019, and those numbers, those books were read then and count for 2019's numbers. And now we have 2020. But it's the first official week of the new year, and that's how I'm gonna run this. I will let you know which books fall where, because for the slideshow you're gonna see all the books, but you will also see a divide in where they go in January. So you may be like, oh wait, that book was reviewed in, you know, in the first week, but why isn't it in the slideshow, Stephanie, at the end of January? It's because it happened in December of last year. For those that did not know, I went and got my nails done. They are different. If you haven't seen one of my other videos that I put out, because I've been a busy girl, if you guys have not noticed over on the channel, I think I've put out a video almost every single day for like the last 2 weeks or so. Some of them were pre-recorded. Actually, most of them were pre-recorded. Some of them were videos that I had done for my Patreon that I went ahead and just dropped over on the channel. So if you're wondering about that one, that is my Michelle Obama Becoming read along, so you guys can check that out. As you can see, I did my hair yesterday, and if you saw my Smutathon TBR, it was a little bigger, I think. No, I had started to like push it down. But in some of my other videos that are going to be coming up, that I was pre-recording, yeah, it's kind of big and kind of like straight and stuff like that. I couldn't take it. I was like, I straightened it with this awesome straightener. Yes, all I did was use the straightener and some heat protection cream, and that was it. It was half damp, but it straightened like a dream. Yes, it took me like 3 hours to do it because I have weak arms. And my back started to hurt me, even though I was sitting down while I was doing it. But yeah, I'm rambling about things that you probably don't really care about. So let's get to the books that I read last week. So to end 2019, I finished Sleeper by Kayley Loring. I placed this in New Adult. I give it 4.25 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I read this as an ebook. This was on my Kindle Unlimited Weekend Readathon TBR that I didn't get to during the readathon, but I went ahead and still finished reading it. This book follows Willa and Shane. Shane is a child star that has a best friend, and he sort of had a secret crush on his best friend's sister, who was Willa. Willa definitely had a crush on Shane. Shane can't sleep because he has 2 twin kids, and Willa is a perfumer, and when she comes back to the States to sort of make her mark independently from Europe, she needs a job, for one, and she also needs a place to make her perfumes and get her Etsy shop and stuff like that started. So Shane offers Willa a nanny job for the 2 kids. They're quirky, they're funny, they're super sweet. I really enjoyed this whole banter back and forth. It was a little slow burn, but still brother's best friend, little sister story, and secret crushes and stuff like that. I was here for it. The next books I finished in December was Catching Him by Aurora Reynolds. I placed this in contemporary. I give it 4 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I listened to it as an audiobook. This has a little bit of suspense. So we have Leah, who is sort of the town beautician. Her family runs the beauty shop that is in this town, and Tyler ends up moving next door to Leah, and they have an attraction. Leah's cat likes to roam over to Tyler's house, where Tyler's dog likes to, you know, be friends with the cat, which is kind of weird. So they kind of spark up a relationship, and then things start to happen in town to Tyler, and they don't know why these things are being targeted at him. Leah's house also gets broken into, and there's a little bit of craziness there. So yeah, I read this book because I have the second book in this series, and I wanted to sort of make sure that I didn't need to have a backstory or anything like that before I get to this next book. The last book that I read in 2019 was Pretend You're Mine, Love in Everton #3 by Fabiola Francisco. I place this in New Adult. I give it 5 humongous stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. I read this as an ARC. I actually got a physical copy of it, and I was so excited. You guys will be able to read it later on in January, but this book was so amazing. So this book follows Poppy, who is the mayor's daughter in Everton, and Harris, who is the music, I don't know why I want to keep saying movie. He is the music agent of Knox that has now moved back to Everton, and Axel and all the other characters in Everton and stuff like that. They all have sort of a connection. So Harris has sort of grown up in the small town setting, but at the same time has been exposed to the big city life because he's a music agent, because he deals with musicians and everything like that. So he sort of has this like flair to him, and when Poppy is being sort of pushed up on and is being targeted because her father wants her married off, and the guys that live in Everton have a bet to see who can bed her first. When she feels kind of backed into a corner, she kind of grabs Harris and is like, hey, we're dating. This is my boyfriend at the store, to get another guy to sort of back the hell off. So this is a fake dating story, and it is so good. I loved it so much. But as I said, I read it as an ARC, so you guys won't be able to get to it until later on this month. Starting 2020 off with a bang, I finished Between Now and Always, which is Forever #3 by Dylan Allen. I place this in contemporary. I give it 5 humongous stars. Oh my god, is this book epic. I give it 3 Steam fans. I read this as an ARC. It does not release for another couple days in January, so when you're seeing this review, you may not be able to read it yet, but know that it is coming, and this story is so epic. This is by a Black author, and Beth and Carter. This is their story's conclusion, their epic, epic love story's conclusion. We have been twisted and turned and put through the ringer with Beth and Carter, and this is the culmination of it all. I can't really tell you anything other than it is epic. Epic beyond. You're going to want to throw your Kindle. You're going to want to throw the book. Your emotions are going to be just all over the place. But in the end, you will be so satisfied and have your heart totally fixed by reading this story. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. It was like the best start of 2020 that I could have ever imagined. The next book that I finished was Guarding His Obsession by Alexa Riley. I place this in erotic suspense. I give it 4 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I listened to it as an audiobook, and this is just, it was a palate, not really a palate cleanser. Try to make sure that I didn't get into a reading slump from being epically, you know, destroyed by that first epic book, right, of 2020. So I went with something that I knew was going to happen. Alpha male, breeding, he's mine or she's mine, and virgin, and yes, so many yeses. So we have Zoe, who is sort of this tech twin to this big family. She gets a bodyguard hired for her. Bodyguard's like, yeah, I want that. That's going to be mine. And then there's some suspense along with her tech things that she's doing. And I was here for it. The bodyguard's name is Drake, by the way. So, but yeah, it's very simple, and gave me everything that I wanted. The next book that I finished was Forbidden Promises, which is Jackson's Falls series by Cynthia Williams. I place this in contemporary. I give it 3.5 stars. I give it 2 Steam fans. I read this as an ARC. This book doesn't release until, I believe, February or March time frame. This is a Black author. I read it for a special project and as an ARC, like I said. This book is like epic drama. Family drama, craziness, out of control. India is the youngest daughter of the family. She has 2 older siblings. She has been traveling the world as a prodigy violinist. I don't know if she's a prodigy, but she's been traveling the world with a prestigious violinist, and she decides to come back to town just to visit before she goes to LA to audition for another symphony or philharmonic. But she kind of gets pulled into the family drama that is of their town. They're a big tobacco family, and their dad is manipulative. Their brother is running for Senate. Her sister was recently divorced, sorta. It's like 5 years they've been divorced. But she has some drama and stuff like that. Then you have Travis, who is a family friend, but also harbors some secret crushing going on there, and he's also the ex to the sister. Lots of family drama. If you are looking for drama upon drama upon drama upon drama, then this is definitely a read that you're going to want to read. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to possibly reading about some of the other characters. I just hope it's not as drama filled as this one was. But otherwise, it was really, really good. Definitely kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time. And the final book that I read last week was The Big O by HJ Bellus, and I place this in a rom-com, new adult-ish, and I give it 3.5 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. I listened to this as an audiobook. This is such a super slow burn when it comes to the whole sexy time, but it has so much comedy that goes along with it that it kind of balances it out just a little bit. I think if it had been not as slow burn, I would have enjoyed it a little bit more as a rom-com more than a new adult book. So you have Olivia, who is cursed with a whole bunch of O's in her life. Like, her name starts with an O. Her last name, I think, starts with an O. She's had all kinds of O things that happen. She lives in a town that starts with an O. It's all kinds of craziness. O. O, 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 O. And she is a virgin. She has never had a big O, and she's been chasing it. So when Oren walks into her life as the cop that gives a career day speech, because she's a teacher, she finds attraction to him. And this is a small town, so everybody knows everybody. And in quite a few of the scenes where Oren and Olivia are out on a date, they happen to see kids, and then funny things happen. There's some animals involved and best friends that are absolutely out of their stinking minds. I kind of want that best friend story and stuff like that. So it's lots of fun. There are some things that end up happening, some secrets that are revealed, because both of them are sort of harboring some, I guess you could say, reservations from what they really want out of life. And, you know, those were kind of glossed over in the end, past all the funny and the slow burn. But it was a good book. Alrighty, on to what I am currently reading. I am currently reading Crazy Good by Rachel Robinson. Right now, this is about a Navy SEAL, and I am having a hard time with this book. I'm still sort of on the fence right now. It is so slow burn that I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna need a little more. I know Rachel's writing. I've read quite a few of her other books. This is her debut book that I did not read. I didn't even read her debut series. So there's this book and then 2 other books that I'm going to be trying to read from her, so that I can say that I've read almost all of her books, if not all of her books. But this one definitely shows me, or is showing me that she's changed her craft. And I can appreciate that. I do appreciate that. So I will check back in with you guys probably next week about my complete feelings on this story. But right now it's super slow burn, and it's about a Navy SEAL that is trying to get the attention of a woman that's like, I know your game, and I don't know that I want to play it. Plus she's had some bad luck in love and things like that. I am also reading Siren by Hazel Grace. This is part of the Sinister Fairy Tales collection. This is being released on Tuesday, so you guys can go check this out then. This is a twisted, crazy turn on The Little Mermaid. So good right now. I'm completely drawn in. This, when I signed up for these fairy tale retellings, this is like what I wanted. This, yes, yes. A couple of the other Sinister fairy tales have kind of fallen flat, but this one is definitely right now what I was looking for in a retelling. It has like the baseline of Little Mermaid, you know, there's 7 sisters and there's interaction with humans, but there's so many twists and so many things have been reimagined, and I'm just like, I'm here for it. I'm like, yes, yes, give me more, give me more. So I'm also going to be reading Spark by Alethea Romig. This is Patrick's story. This series is going to be called Web of Desire. This is the first book in it. This releases in a couple weeks, and I can't wait because Patrick is a character that I have been wanting to read about for a while. I want to know his story, and I can't wait to really deep dive into it. I know it's going to be a cliffhanger and going to be, you know, working my emotions and stuff like that, but I'm here for the ride and I can't wait to take it. And I will also be participating in Smutathon, which I released that video yesterday, so you guys can see that, to see the rest of the books that I'm going to be trying to read this week and trying to fit them into the different categories of Smutathon, which started yesterday, January the 4th, and runs until January the 11th. So that is what is going on with me and the books that I'm reading. Have you read any of the books that I have just talked about? Let me know your feelings about them down in the comment section. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, all the affiliate links and my social information is down in the description box. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later. Happy New Year!